Hey, all back again. Yeah. So, for the past several months, I've had my quad up for sale on the marketplace, and like 12 groups, a bunch of tire kickers that never want to show up, a bunch of people, lowballing. I'll give you 250 for it. I'll give you $500 for it. My friends, cousins, neighbors, mailman has this you know water tank or whatever. Will you trade for it? No. Well, this this guy, he messaged me. He's like, hey, will you trade for a generator? It doesn't run, but it ran before I put it in storage, or it stopped working right before I put it in storage, but it was working fine the day before. I mean, one, I'm a generator engineer. That's my forte. And two, I was looking to sell the quad to get a generator. I was looking at a 4500 or 5000 watt generator, something around there. And this is a much larger generator. Let's see, where is it? This guy right here. Yeah, it's filthy. These people, they live out in the Golden Valley area, so it is pretty much a bowl of sand. Pulled the battery out. The battery was absolutely shot. I think I have a yeah, see this battery? This whole side of it and that whole side over there was bulging out. The battery had 1.22 volts. It's supposed to have that. So, bad battery, that's a dead giveaway. Another thing is on these guys, right under here, next to this, there's a yellow cable over there. I'll see if I can make myself bigger here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this little yellow cable here, this wire, that's your oil sensor. This tells the generator that there is oil in the machine. So if the oil drops to a specific level below that, a magnet is active and it stops the engine from being able to run because it doesn't want to break it. So battery, bad. That, if a generator sits for too long without being used, that will seize and stop working. You unplug the clip right here, turn the engine over. If it starts, then it's this is your problem. Some other pictures I took of it, because I'm going to be getting some plugs, adapters for this and that one over there to run my small welders off of that. I checked all the plugs and everything. Everything is perfectly fine. There's no ground faults. I checked the transfer switch for the fuel transfer switch. Everything was fine and working. Now, they told me that they never run gas through it. I checked the tank. Everything in the tank is just perfectly spotless. There's no issues there. Ran my bore snake through it, my snake camera, everything light, just beautiful in there. So I checked the carburetor. Carburetor is a bit dirty, but it's mainly just like sand around the outside. But since if there's no gas, like gasoline, going to the carburetor, then the bowl doesn't get gummed up and all that stuff because propane runs a lot cleaner. Problem is it runs lower, power. You get less power. They ran only propane on it. And running only propane, this is where the propane connects to these two bolts, and the one up top are the main screws that hold it onto the faceplate. Right here. Right there. See it? There's your 3 screws. Bing, bing, bing. So this right here, what I'm pointing at, this is a huge hole. There's a big old gash in it, and it's cracked all the way to the top. This is your regulator valve. This valve, okay, you have your regulator to regulate the pressure from a propane cylinder. This regulates that even more, so that it regulates it before the gas hits the carburetor. All the propane is going out through this and just into the air. So this whole thing was shot. Just absolutely shot. Now, you're thinking, oh, well, if this is shot, then, what are you going to do? That's the thing. As generator engineer, you know where to look stuff up. The manual. This is the operator manual. This is the operator manual for the exact model that I have. And you got all kinds of information in here. Already printed everything out. Already have all the information I need. And let's see. It is, we'll do it this way. Scanning. No, it was pretty far down for the parts list. Okay, so this is the stuff. This bracket here, this footing bracket and the feet and all that, they harvested it off of this one to put on another one that they had that had a broken one. So I ordered, like, the orange ones that I bought for the welder, I ordered them for this. Same thing, just smaller size, diameter bolt. So that is already fixed. These are all the part numbers. What you do is you find the piece right here, 97. Pressure reducing valve. Right there. Pressure reducing valve. This guy right here. Copy that. Let's see if I... Yeah. And then you go to like something like this. Genesis Parts DIY. You have all kinds of generator parts, tools, all kinds of stuff. I mean, they pretty much have it all. You can buy the piece. Pretty much anything for. I mean, look at all the champion stuff. Look at all that stuff. They do sell the legs. They sell the bushings, everything. They sell it all. Generator parts, brushes, rotors, voltage regulators, everything. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to paste that, and I'm going to see. Oh, there it is. 47. That is a 27. Image coming soon. Well, that's what we'll do. Paste that in there. And all you have to do is find the the model that is comparative and matches the cross-reference. You get the numbers off of this, you go into a cross-reference, and it tells you exactly which models use this exact part, because Champion has different part number than Powerhouse or whatever the hell it is, and they also have a different one than the Harbor Freight. It's the same part but a different part number because they've got to be special, but all the same parts. And there's the 3 and the glass and the knob. Same thing. All you have to do is find the exact model in the cross reference. I mean, it is not hard to do when you know where to look and what to look for. Your cross references and everything. I mean, it is crazy how easy this stuff is. Rotors and stators, voltage regulators, brushes. Everything that's in that generator is on here. This right here, this goes on the back half for your wattage. It tells the machine basically how much power to produce. You've got your stator assemblies, washers, another stator assembly, AVRs, brushless assists, regulators, governors, everything. It is all right here. Right here at your fingertips. Starter solenoid. Easy peasy. They do have the feet. They have the pretty much everything that you need. You just have to find the right cross reference to get that. I mean, look at this. Head assemblies. $90. $90 for a brand new head. Rocker cover, $5. That's cheap. That's cheap as hell. Springs, straps, camshaft, oil cooler, base plates, base assembly, every single thing. Now, I know there's going to be some hiccup somewhere in this that's going to piss me off a little bit, but as far as I can tell, I mean, look, $45, brand new ignition coil. It's I think you take off the pull ignition. The ignition coil on this is a lot better than my quad, but yeah, you just pull off the pull cord thing, and it's right on the inside of it where the stator is. So that's so much better. But this exact model is known for a gummed up carburetor, and it's also known for the low oil because nobody follows the rules. Nobody. There's an actual thing on here. Where was it? It gives the whole rundown of oil and I wonder if I can find it in the search. Okay. Doodly doodly doot doot. Let's see. There's your oil information, spark plugs. There it is. Maintenance schedule. Maintenance schedule. Every 8 hours or daily. Check oil level. Clean around air intake and muffler. Check hoses for leaks. First 5 hours. Change oil. That is the first 5 hours of the machine, not the first 5 hours of your day. Every 50 hours or every season, clean the air filter. Change oil if operating under heavy load or in hot environments. I'm in a hot environment. It's 110 out. So, yeah. But, every 100 hours or every season, change oil, clean and adjust spark plug, clean adjust valve clearance, clean spark arrestor, clean fuel tank and filter. Basically, with the fuel filter and fuel tank, you unplug it from the carburetor and you pour like carb cleaner or some kind of very high ethanol count fluid through, let it drain out into another container separate. It cleans out the lines, cleans out the tank. You pull the filter off, and I don't give a damn about the inline filters. I've got like 4 more from the quad in the shed. Inline filters. I'll take a filter off the top of a petcock and run an inline filter because I can see it physically outside of the tank. And it's a visual inspection, something that you're literally looking right at it. You're looking right at it. It's not something you have to open up the tank, pull out the screen, and then try to look through fuel to see it while holding a flashlight, and you're looking through a hole this big. You're like, I don't know. So I'll pop a petcock off. I'll cut off the filter, put it back in, and then run an inline filter because I can visually inspect it without even turning off the thing. I can see it from 3 feet away. Be like, hey, that's dirty. The fuel has a funny color. There's debris in there. I can see it physically. Spark arrestor, like the thing says here, you take it off and you brush it. 250 hours, clean the combustion chamber, replace the fuel line and LP hose every 3 years. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the fuel line size. I'm going to replace that. The combustion chamber, because it ran on propane, I literally looked in there with my snake cam, and it is absolutely beautiful. It is shining bright like it is a brand new engine. And I mean, the people run a small little farm, or ranch. They've got horses and whatnot, but it was the whole thing of, I'm not using the quad. I'm not using it. I need a generator. I have several other generators, but I'm not going to take the 13,000 watt generator out to my property. That's way too much. It's fucking massive. 2, I'm not going to take my little portable generator because it's 2,000 watts and it's just tiny. The stuff that I need to do, I need something more. I need something that can run a grinder. I need something that can run a bandsaw. I need something that can run bigger power tools. So I need a larger one. The other 2 generators that I have, they're smaller. The welder generator that I have, I've got the welder. It has the generator, but it's still 2,000 watts. So I needed something that is not quite 13,000 watts and definitely higher than 2,000 watts. So I needed something in the middle. That's why I was looking for a 45 or a 5. This is a 9, but it has a running operating wattage of like 7,300, and that is right where I need to be. So he was handicapped. He needed something to get around his property. He needed some way of being able to, get out on his own and get that freedom back. Whereas his wife drives the truck and does the stuff and does everything. He needed something that he could handle himself and not have to worry. And he's been having fun with it all day, I guess. I mean, I messaged him saying, yeah, I found a bunch of the issues that were with this. I'm narrowing it down. I'll probably have it running by the next weekend. And he's like, dude, I am loving this. I am out on my property. I'm doing this. I'm going everywhere. And it's like, I am absolutely happy about that. I am ecstatic. I'm ecstatic. I had no use for it. I wasn't gonna give it to some punk kid who, was gonna go do wheelies down the street and crash it within, an hour of getting it. I wasn't going to trade it to somebody for something that I didn't have a use for. I wasn't going to sell it for anything less than what I needed to get. I mean, I'm fully happy with trading it off to somebody that needed it. And it wasn't a want, it was a need. It was a necessity for him, for his family, for his wife, for his property. It is a necessity. I don't need it. This I needed. So, being a generator engineer and knowing what to look for and where to go and how to find the parts. I mean, when I was doing solar installations, we did backup generators. This is who we installed. So, yeah. We did these big-ass boxes. We did all kinds. We had one of these big-ass monstrosities in our office. Like, when you walk in the door, it is right there, shining bright in your face. I hated every day of it. But knowing how to go, where to go, and everything, Champion carburetors, here we go. Yeah, specific shape. And looking for a specific type. It is similar to this, but different. Same, but different. And that's going to be stuck in my head the rest of the week. Oh, man. That is a horrible thing to do. Somebody with ADHD giving himself an issue. There. Boom. 439cc choke lever. That's it right there. Boom. Now you're saying, well, how do you know? Well, it is a 49cc or 439cc. Where are we at? Boom. Oh, where's the engine size on the guy? Oh, it must not be on the picture I took. It's on the other side. Yeah. Yeah, the on the end of the pull cord side over here, it tells you the engine size. And it tells you that it is a 439. The new model, I think it, because the model I have is 2020. The 2022 model, which is identical to it, runs on a 420cc. But that's the carburetor right there, $63. But this exact same part number actually comes out to another model, which is a Honda model, and another engine model, and they're $27 on Amazon. So shop around, but get the part numbers. I mean, it is not hard to find the proper part numbers, especially when you have the diagrams. Get yourself the manual, get a manual at least. Then you have stuff like this. Problem: generator will not start. No fuel. Faulty spark plug. Unit loaded during startup. Will not start. Starts but runs rough. Low oil level. Choke in the wrong position. Spark plug loose. You run through all this stuff. Run through it. Check it all out. When I get the parts in, I'm going to first thing I'm going to do is battery. Check the battery. Check to see if it turns over. If it turns over, then check for spark. If it turns over and there's spark, check for fuel. If there's fuel, spark, and fuel, and it doesn't go anywhere, then you have to check your air. Carburetor. Carburetor brings in air. Maybe the carburetor's clogged. Never know. But you check all these things. And if you don't have spark, it's the stator, it's the coil, there's all these things. I mean, for $200 maybe, if that, I can have this thing up and running. And that's a load off my back. It literally helps out a lot. And I'm actually including in that cost the new legs for the front and new parts that I know are currently good on it, but I'm getting spares just in case, future issues arise. Because then I can just replace everything on it piece by piece until it's basically a brand new machine, and I'll pay less over time than out front. I mean, buying one brand new is like $1,000. Buying it piece by piece and replacing everything, you're talking like $600, give or take. So that helps a lot. But I mean, get yourself a diagram. These things are so nice to have, because not only do you have every single part here shown and shown where it goes, you also have the name of it, the part number, how many you're supposed to have of them, and you can literally just search that part number, find a company that makes that part number, find a company that sells that part number, and replace it. I mean, it is a beautiful thing. It really is. But yeah, this is another thing that I'm looking at for doing a welding rig. If I can get a UTV, fantastic. If not, sell the Jeep, sell the truck, get a smaller 4x4 truck, take off the bed, and build a small welding rig in a small pickup. Does what it needs to do, does what I want it to do. I mean, can't ask for much more than that. But yeah, I had finally came across somebody that gave a damn enough to be like, hey, you say it's for sale, I want to buy it. And they showed up within it was 40 minutes. They showed up at the house within 40 minutes. They lived out in Golden Valley. He's like, let me smoke a cig real quick, and then I'll head out that way. Dude messaged me, showed up at the house, talked a little bit, took this out of his truck, put the quad in it, and away we went. Saves me almost $200 a year for registration and insurance. Now I don't have that. That's money in my pocket. Not a lot of money, but a couple hours work. Yeah, I'm happy with the trade. He's happy with the trade. As long as you're happy with the trade, good. Everybody's happy. Done. Should work. If it doesn't work, I'll rebuild it. I've rebuilt bigger ones than this. Hell, I rebuilt the quad. You fuckers saw that. And having it be able to run off propane or gas, that's a good thing for me because, if I take it out to my property and I run it on gas, I can run it on gas. If I run out of gas, I've got propane tanks. I can hook up a propane tank to it. I mean, that's good. 6750 for propane, that's your operating wattage. That is far above what I was looking for before. So, that's easy. That's good. I can deal with that. That's fine. So, but I am the proud owner of yet another generator. I know it sounds weird, but I prefer owning generators than I do over quads and motorcycles. These things, they're worth their weight, especially during power outages. And people are like, hey, we need power. Cash money. Yeah, I'll let you recharge your phone. I've got solar panels too. But yeah, I'll talk at you guys later. Have a good night. Have fun. Don't fall down.